Hello and welcome to Jemma's Window. If you have followed the calculations to get to your power year number in the information box below, or you've hopped onto my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com, where you'll also find the calculations to get to your power year number, and you have concluded you're a power year number 6, then you are at the right place, sixes. Wow. Hi, sixes. It's May of 2020, and you are in a super sensitive month. You're in the month, well, not technically, non-technically, you're in the month of 2, but technically, you're in the month of 11 over 2. That means that you can have double the pleasure or double the angst. Ooh, this is going to be fun to take a look at and see what's going on with you. We are going to take a look at first business, then pleasure, and then we're going to ask for the best results of any question you sixes come up with. Just to review the numbers a little bit, your power year of 6, it is the most romantic year of your entire cycle. So, numerical cycle. So, it can be a year where you meet someone and you finally get not finally, maybe you never wanted a commitment. Maybe you just always wanted to meet someone special. Maybe you wanted that commitment. Maybe you wanted to further that commitment and have a family or a wedding or something or move in together. This is the year that the universe is really pushing for the pieces to fall into place for that. It's also a year about responsibilities, and this is across the board. It can be your home life and who you live with. Am I giving too much? Am I giving too little? It can be in the workplace. I've given so much of myself, I have to cut back for my family now, or vice versa. Or you've given to one source, you've stayed home for many years to take care of the family, and this is the year you say, I don't want to do that anymore, I've done that, everybody's good, I want to move on and open my own business. Now this month of May is going to be tricky for you, and it may fall into your lap and be very fortuitous. Or be very aggravating. And I'll tell you, 2 is also the number of surprises, so you might just have a surprise come your way in this month of May. So let's take a look, sixes, and let's get our first deck here. We're going to be using numerology, our tarot cards, which I have basic meanings, but I also read clairvoyantly. That's what I usually do. And we're use my clairvoyance, okay? And we're going to tell a story based on those things for hopefully the majority of you sixes, because of course we're doing a general read. We're not reading one-on-one. So, okay, let's first start with our sixes who are working. Sixes, when I'm talking about work, period, anything that I say applies to you. More so when I make it specific, such as I'm doing right now, those of you who are working or have a job. But whenever I say it, if it's in this reading, it's meant for you. Nice. Okay. So I feel like sixes, you've waited a long time and you're trying to do the best that you can do to get ahead. And there's been a delay, and there still is a delay, and it just feels like it's just taking forever to get something off of the ground that you wish you could. Now, in this month of May, you do speak to the right person or ask for the help of I think my sentence is not coming out correctly. You're being watched by someone who's influential. You're getting assistance from someone who is influential. Or you're going to ask a favor from the right person. Your instincts are correct. You have who you need around you to help you. And yet I have two cards here or that are saying to you, why is this taking forever? It just seems like it's taking forever. That's that double whammy of that 11 over 2. It's just that it's just meant to at this time. It's just in the cards that you're doing what you can at this time and to try to trust that you're heading in the right direction, and don't lose interest and don't fall off the wagon when it comes to trying to pursue the things that you want. Normally, if you're just in the month of 2, it's working with others and trying to work out the best options for yourself. But you're in the tricky month of 11 over 2, which now it's starting to get like you're feeling sensitive and maybe a little bit more insecure over why is it taking so long? Is there something wrong with me? Is it not going to work out? And it's just like, no, it's just meant to be how it's meant to be. Everything falls into place how it's supposed to be. So hang in there, sixes, because the important thing is that your ideas are good and you've laid them out, or you will be laying them out very well in this month of May. So don't be thrown if it takes you a little bit longer than you anticipated. Now let's take a look, sixes, at cards for those of you who are looking for work, maybe looking for a change. And let's see what we get. Okay, okay. You know, there seems to be issues with a past situation. And it seems like you've been, you know, it's funny. I have to tell you, we have the Hanged Man card in your past. That means you've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and you have 2 cards above you for the reading that we primarily focused on people who were working. You have 2 cards of waiting there. Now, part of this wait, yes, you know something, the whole, we're quarantined, we can't move forward with things in a lot of ways that we would like to, so it is doubly sensitive. And you might also, sixes, be prone to catch this virus this month, to make your stay at home doubly as uncomfortable. I'm not uncomfortable at home, but might make it doubly like, oh my God, I can't even do the things I was hoping to do while I'm at home and I can't go anywhere else now. I don't feel good on top of it. So be careful, sixes, about that. And yes, when I do private readings, from the very beginning of all of this, I never asked for it, but this virus would show up in people's readings, and I could see where it was in their readings. I could see who was near it, who had a family member who might be prone to be being near it, who would be hit hard by it. It's amazing, and I never asked, and it just showed up. So it is a possibility, sixes. Be careful during this month of May. Okay, let's get back to what we were talking about. I really went off on a tangent. Okay, sixes. So I do have you in this hanging position, and I feel like your allegiance is being torn, or your desires are being torn about what you'd like to do versus what you think you should be doing, or what someone is expecting you to be doing. And I think it has a lot to do with past relationships, past issues in your mind. And it's a time, perhaps, for you to take a look at, well, you know, why do you feel this sense of allegiance? Why do you feel this inner conflict about making a decision and moving forward, or changing it up, or accepting this particular job because someone might be annoyed at you for accepting it. It's a tricky one that you've got going here, but I can see it's putting you on the fast track to figuring out who you are and what you really want and what's important to you during this time. Another thing, I think I touched upon this earlier, is that 6 represents your personal responsibility. So where has your responsibility been? Is it time for a recheck and a readjustment? Have you been taking care of people? Is it time now that you want them to take care of you? And it's a biggie. You're in this 11-2. It's sensitive. It's sensitive. And you may not want to step on toes from people that you've cared about, and you may need those same people to move ahead in something else. It's a very tricky, precarious position. You're going to have, I think, a tricky couple of months. You're in May. In June, you're going to be in the month of 3, which, yes, it's supposed to be lighter, the month of 3, but it always, in my opinion, attracts drama. So there could be falling outs or times where you really have to sit down and tell somebody your feelings in that month of June. And then July, you're in a month of 4 where action starts to happen. And it gets very practical and down to it, and you start to learn about what you really are going to be doing and what you really want and how you can help somebody else out in a situation if you have to, or if you feel conscious to do that. It's a practical month. So, okay, 6s, that said, okay, let's put these cards together and let's get our relationship deck out. Ooh, and let's take a look at 6s who are committed in a committed relationship. And let's see during this very sensitive month of 11-2 how that commitment and relationship go. All right, let's see. Okay. Okay, let's see. I feel like here, 6s, for some of you, you are feeling like there are some, if not the whole relationship ending, that you just feel like some things have to change, some things have to wrap up. Something that's been going on just isn't working for you. And the cooperation is needed of your partner to do this smoothly. If you don't have the cooperation of your partner, and these cards are indicating that you do go ahead and ask for it, that you don't just go ahead and try to figure it out on your own. You're both involved in whatever the issue is at hand, and or be chicken and not want to bring it up, but you need their help to make the change, and then you're going to wrap it up. I feel like you're going to find it much easier to just fess up in a calm conversation and ask for what you need or the changes that you need. And then I have my 9 of Pentacles card, which is my person who goes out. They can stand alone. Then they can stand alone. They can be on their own. Maybe they want to be alone. I always feel this card is someone who doesn't need someone around all the time. They are self-motivating. They enjoy their own time, and they do very, very well in all aspects of their life. They need their downtime or their alone time, or they're fine with it if it's handed to them. So there's something that's on your mind that you want, that you need to cooperate. Well, you don't, let me say this, it's easier with the cooperation, but you weren't expecting that if you just asked for it, you could actually get it this month. Now, it may be a discussion. It may be many discussions throughout the month of May, but we're meant to get you off to a shining start to get to where you want to go. This Nine of Pentacles card could also be that you want to take separate vacations this year, or you just want to take a job outside of the house, or you want to take a job that is it requires a couple overnights. There is something about being on your own, being more independent, having some alone times. There's something about that going on, sixes. Let's take a look for you sixes who are looking for love. Maybe a change, or who knows? Who knows? Oh, I just keep getting that card today. I mean, I'm using 3 different decks, for God's sakes. And I keep getting it anyway. Okay. Sixes. I'm just finding here that if you are looking for a relationship, I just feel like this is a month to keep things open-ended. It's if someone comes into the picture and falls into your lap, try not to move too fast with it. Because it's that double jeopardy kind of month where it could move really fast and work out great, but why am I getting, that could happen, but why am I getting the cards that say it could move really fast and then all of a sudden they're gone, and you're like, how did that happen? So I feel like don't put those eggs all in one basket this month. I don't feel like this month is the month for you to make a commitment. It's a month for you to not put all your cards out, not let people know exactly where you're coming from. And there may be one in particular person that you've been interested in or talking to or listening or hearing about or just watching. And I just don't feel like this is the month to put it all out there. Keep observing this month as much as you can, or keeping it light this month, because I just have in this spread that person may up and leave suddenly for some reason. Maybe it's not anything to do with you. Maybe they get a transfer that they can't avoid, or maybe they have to go and help a family member. But I'm getting message here to tell you not to trust a situation with someone, that it may not all be exactly what it seems, and it may not be in your best interest. You may end up being the dissatisfied partner. It's not just that somebody's going to up and leave you. You might say, oh my God, what did I do? And I don't really want to be here. Okay, sixes, let's move on. Now think of any question that you have, and that can be about love or business again, whichever one you are interested in. Whichever question that you have, and I'm going to pull out what is the best that we can expect for our sixes in this situation. Okay, let's pull out some cards. Okay. Okay, sixes, what I have here is I have that you're not going to get a straight answer. I have my Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde card, and I feel like you're in this month of 11-2, which is a sensitive month. And I just feel like as many times as you ask the same question to the same person, you're going to get a different answer every time. You're going in circles. Now, I want to tell you that I feel like you're coming from a place where you are not being irrational, you are not asking too much, and you're level-headed in this particular area. So why is there a circus just that keeps just going around and around and around in circles around you that you just can't seem to nail an answer for? Now, coming into being, and I have to figure this out for you sixes, is my Seven of Wands card, which is about problems and hurdles, but they really are not mega problems or hurdles. It's just about things that you can take care of. It's just annoyances and a nuisance. And I think, as I'm clairvoyantly trying to perceive here while I'm stalling and talking to you, is that in the midst of not getting these answers that you're trying to get, or why is somebody constantly avoiding something, or the universe is avoiding giving you something that you want, life is going to go on anyway. And little by little, things are going to get worked out anyway. It's just maybe some unexpected things come up that you have to deal with, some unexpected segues into different areas of your life that you, or their lives, that you thought, are you kidding me? What else? Are you kidding me? I just want to get to B, for God's sakes. And I'm going this way, and I'm going this way, and I'm going this way. And I just want to get to the next phase, or the next stage. You are. But it's for some reason, well, your numbers, 11/2, that's one thing. But the universe, for some reason, you are accomplishing things, but these other people or person, they're learning along the way too. And so this bumpy ride is meant for them to be learning their lessons too. So you're learning your lessons together, though they may be different lessons for each of you. But life is going to go on, even though it seems choppy. You are going to be moving forward in this month of May, even though it may not really feel like it. And again, we get back to that May, June, July, that maybe in July is when you really start seeing some results in the direction that you, or to get some answers, or to get to finally find the house that you want, or get the partner to finally say yes to a house, whatever it is. It looks like it's going to be a couple months of delay, but there's a purpose. Thank you, sixes. Thanks for joining me. And if you'd like to know more about me or make a private reading, just jump onto my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because I'd love to have you. Thanks so much, sixes, and we'll see you next month for the month of 3. Bye for now.